This time I want to try to tell a story about the devil. I call it a piece because it feels like the story about the devil is a very long story with various versions of each reference. The devil is often also referred as a demon, known as a character with the personification of evil and the enemy of good people. Images and stories have evolved over the centuries, and devils have been called by different names in various cultures, such as Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, and Mephistopheles, with various physical descriptions such as horns and others. These evil creatures continue to instill fear in people, from all walks of life as the antithesis of all good. In some religions, the devil is described as the enemy of God, the ruler of hell, and the source of all evil and suffering in this world. His power is so great, that in the New Testament Gospels, he is able to offer Jesus the world itself, in return for devotion and loyalty to him. But how could a lowly being, far from God's love, be able to terrorize all of God's creation? In the early Hebrew tradition, there was no devil, Satan, or hell. Evil and suffering in the world even have another source, namely God himself. According to the Hebrew Bible or the Old Testament, only God is in control of all events and is responsible for all conditions, both good and evil. This idea becomes confusing, leading to a basic question. How could a loving and merciful God allow so much suffering and pain on earth? Perhaps, the earliest point in the history of the devil has its roots in the Persian Empire, which later influenced ancient Judaism. The ancient religion of Persia was Zoroastrianism, based on the teachings of a philosopher named Zoroaster who probably lived around 600 BC. Among his teachings is an interesting idea of dualism. According to dualism, evil does not come from a good god or the spirit known as Ahura Mazda, the wise lord, in the faith. Instead, there is a separate evil being known as Ahriman, an evil spirit who creates death, disease, and lies. One has to choose whether to follow Ahura Mazda on the path of good, or Ahriman on the path of evil. The Persian idea that God is separate from evil, would be an acceptable answer to the above question, and would explain how there could be such suffering in a world created by a loving God. From this the idea was born that God did not personally create the suffering, but that God uses the devil to accomplish such tasks. This idea became the basis for the entry of Satan into the world. Devil exists in several forms in many religions, and can be compared to several mythological gods. The devil is arguably most famous, for his role in several religions as an enemy of God and man. There is a common assumption that Satan first appeared as a serpent who convinced Eve. Then Eve convinced Adam to eat the forbidden fruit, from the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. In the story, after Eve fell for the devil's cunning ways, she and Adam were banished from the Garden of Eden. Many people believe that the devil was once an angel named Lucifer who defied God and lost God's love. This is the first time in some religions, demons are called characters who are direct enemies of God. This shows an interesting development in the concept of Satan in religious traditions. This idea is more acceptable that Satan has been an enemy of God, and has existed for a long time. Perhaps what surprises us most is, that Satan evolved into a simple term used to describe all kinds of enemies of man, becoming a major source of malice and evil. This concept will continue to evolve from time to time. This concept seeks to further explain why there is so much suffering in the world. Retelling the story of Adam and Eve, by changing the snake that tempts Eve to eat the devil's forbidden fruit. Although the idea that the serpent in Eden was a devil, is a common assumption today, the story is relatively new in the 1st century. Especially since the demon itself was still a new idea. Prior to discovery the life of Adam and Eve, the devil and his followers were cast out from heaven for refusing to worship God and Adam. This section attempts to explain devil's origins as an outcast angel from time immemorial.